All right, y'all. So your boy just waking up. I want to talk about something real quick. So yesterday, I put out a video, which is like me kind of breaking down Memphis versus the Pelicans, and there's something in that video I said that I kind of want to like talk about as it relates to the playoffs. So there was a play where Ja had the ball and he was coming across half court and nobody had picked him up. And I said I like for my players to get into the ball. Whoever has the ball, get it to them. And I explained that in that video why, right? And so I didn't watch the game last night for Phoenix and the Clippers, but I had a feeling Clippers were going to win. To me, I think Ty Lue kind of half-assed though the first two games, and then he gets all his information he needs, and then once the download is complete, it's like, all right, it's time to play ball. And I feel like that's kind of what happened with this game. So I had a feeling the Clippers was going to win this game. But I was listening to Tim Legler and a couple of the others talk this morning about the adjustments that the Clippers made. And one of the things that they said was they got into the ball. Okay? Listen, teams that play good defense will always have that guy or guys who will like hound you on defense. Okay? I don't know if you've ever played basketball on any level. It doesn't matter if it's the playground, professional, it doesn't matter. Those guys are irritants. They get on your fucking nerves. And they don't let you breathe. And that's kind of what they did is they got into CP3, they got into Book, and they said, okay, somebody else on this team is going to have to make plays, and we're going to piss you off the entire game. We're not going to let you establish a rhythm. We're not going to just let you get to your spots. Okay? One of the things I really liked that Lonzo ended up doing under Luke Walton was he got the full court press you, right? And he got to get into the ball. I think that was one of the reasons that made their defense really good is how much pressure he got to put into the ball and knock off the clock for them to try to run a play on the defensive end. With Ja Morant, like I told you guys yesterday, I wanted to see more of the Pelicans just get into the ball, get into them. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that Stan didn't do this year, and I'm just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't just let if you got a dynamic guard coming across half court, you should get into them, stick them early. Personally, I would like to trap them out of the ball and force someone else to have the ball and have to make a play. But for me, it's refreshing to see that there's like these analysts, credible analysts at that, who get on and say the same things that I talk about too. You know, defense, defense, defense. That shit matters. It truly does. And if we want to go look on the Eastern Conference side of the ball, the Eastern Conference, Milwaukee is playing drop sets. They're basically allowing Trae Young to have his room at like shooting or fucking taking a mid range. Somebody needs to dig into Trae Young. And it's not like you don't have the bodies. You got Drew Holiday. Drew needs to really dig into Trae Young and just make him uncomfortable. Period. Now Trae Young will probably still end up getting his points and assists and stuff because he's just great. But you need to dig into him, make him uncomfortable. They said, Book and CP3 were 10 of 40 shooting the ball. That's 25%. If your two best players go 25% shooting, you're going to win the game. You are going to win the game. I don't know what it is about coaching in the league. Maybe a coach will someday sit next to me and we can have a conversation about it. But I want to know why they don't pressure the ball as much. Like some coaches, they actually employ their players to get into the ball. But to me, it's just like it's a tale of two moons, right? And if Giannis and them don't pressure the ball in their next game, guess what? They're probably going to go down 0-2. They lost their first home game to Trae Young the other night. All postseason, they were perfect at home. and they let it slip by. Let it get through their hands. Trae Young is playing disrespectfully, shimmying on motherfuckers, not giving a fuck. No, and I know Giannis was talking about that in the huddle. It's like, hold on, this nigga came to our house and is being disrespectful. Ain't no fucking way. Where's your pride? You know what I'm saying? This stuff matters, bro. Like, I don't know how many times I can say or emphasize this. You gotta put pressure to the ball. You got to. You got to make them feel you. When your defense is just sitting there waiting on them to do something, that's not defense. Defense is active to me. Like this passive defense, we might as well not be playing defense. Reacting and doing every single thing. No, let's get into them. Let's force them into our wall. Okay? Let's make them go where we want them to go. Let's force them to play into our defense. Let's not make them run their shit to dictate. No, you are going to have to fight for your plays. If you want to run your plays, you're going to have to expend energy and you're going to have to expend effort. You're going to have to put both of those on the line for your plays that you want to run. They're talking about last night how they're sitting there getting pressured so hard, the clock is running down and they don't even get to run a play. You got 5-6 seconds left on the clock before you can even try to get it set up, and now you got to try to get a shot off. It's hard. It's hard for any team. And if you got a great one-on-one player, they could probably do something with that. But again, that's not an optimal situation. When you're playing defense, you want to take away the optimal situations. Credit to Ty Lue and the Clippers for that. Because they said, fuck it, we're not going to let your backcourt do your thing. We're going to take them away. Now what? They probably should have used Ayton more. And I think Tim Legler mentioned that. And nobody on the Clippers could stop him, especially because they don't have Serge Ibaka because he's out for the postseason. You know what I'm saying? But still, got to put pressure on the ball. That's all I got, man. Y'all have a good one.